Okay, no idea how this video is gonna go. Excuse the messy kitchen, it is almost always like this. So you see this crap? Weak. I'm gonna show you how to make it better. First off, I already did this, but we have no towels out here, so wash your fucking hands if you're making food and you don't wash your hands. You're nasty. Microwave light is broken, but anyways, let's start off. Get yourself 2 cups of water. Some people might think that, like, getting hot water will make a difference. No, the fuck it won't. Okay. And you're gonna let that sit. So we're just gonna pause on that. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, you don't need it all the way up, but you don't need it super low. I like to keep it there. Pause. Fuck it, I'm just gonna crank it up temporarily. So that way it boils faster, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Pause. While that's doing its thing, I should mention that we have everything we need already laid out. Spices, little flavor goblins, I don't know what the fuck to call them. Got our bowl, more spices, some hot sauce, our pan, and we're gonna throw some peas in this too because we need some veggies, we need some color. I like peas and we need some protein. But that doesn't come into play until later, and I don't want them to thaw out too soon. Pause. Okay, now that we're up to a rolling boil, and the stove burner is glowing red hot, you turn it down because you're afraid for your life. Next things you want to do, flavor pack it. Shrimp flavor's the best, don't let anybody tell you different. Gonna add that in now, despite the directions. So while you're cooking your noodles, your flavor's soaking in. Where's the lid of this thing? And you add your garlic powder. This bitch won't open. There we go. Gonna add some ginger. That's alright, we're getting Asian style in here. And then you take your uncooked brick and you plop it right into the water, and immediately after that put your top on there. Now we're gonna set this timer here for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Just gonna let that cook with the top on it. Pause. Okay, now that the microwave timer is screaming to be put out of its misery, you hit the button. Grab a pot holder because this thing has a metal handle. I don't know why anybody in their right mind would think that's a good idea. Yeah, I grabbed a plate for my shit. We'll worry about that later. Not important right now. Next, you want to take your frozen peas. Yeah, that's a bit generous of an amount, but take our chopsticks and we're gonna do one of those. And we're gonna cover that back up for another minute and 30 seconds. Pause. The microwave screams in agony again. You're gonna kill that heat. Yeah, I don't know, maybe leave it on. We'll use it for that pan. I didn't think about that. But the next thing you want to do is you want to take that and you want to drain about 2/3 of the water. Pause. I'm not taking you fuckers over to the sink. Alright, now you see most of the water's gone, but you can still see just a little bit. That's what you want. Now you want to cover that so that way that broth stays in there. Next thing you want to do is you want to bring this thing over. Get some cooking oil. Just the little tiniest bit. And then you want some water. This is how you can tell if you're ready to start frying. Pause. Okay, I think we're ready to start frying up here. Because if you move it around, you can hear it sizzle a bit. So next we're going to take one strip of bacon. Turkey bacon, because it's healthier and honestly it's cheaper. Very rare that the healthy option is cheaper than the real option. We're going 2. Deuces, motherfucker. Pause. You're going to want to flip this thing every now and then. Alright, I'd say we're just about done with our bacon because it's looking nice and dark in color. It's sticking to the pan like a bitch. Get on there. This is a pain in the ass to do one-handed. Okay, you're going to want to keep the heat on that thing. Next thing you do, you want to crack an egg. Pause. W egg crack, no shell. We're going to cover that. And see, the reason, like I said, why you keep the same pan that you fried your bacon in is not only you save on dishes, but you can use that grease in there to cook that egg, and it's just going to taste nice. And you want to cover it up so that way it cooks evenly. You want like a thin layer of like white ghosting across the top of that egg. So that way you know the whole egg is fully cooked. Pause. Alright, now you see how the egg is kind of getting whitish around the yolk? That means it's ready. So you want to flip that bitch out of the pan and onto the plate really quick. Pause. Right there. Doesn't that look like a nice healthy breakfast minus the spatula? But we're about to ruin it. We're going to add it to this ramen. So we're going to do... I said we're going to do... Come on, you bitch. I don't want to break the yolk. Crap. You know what? Pause. There we go. I dragged it by its ass onto the spatula and now you're going to take your bacon and you're going to break it up and put it in that thing. Pause. 4 evenish strips. Take your chopsticks, and you're gonna break that yolk. And you're gonna stir that all up. Looking pretty good so far, right? It gets better. Pause. Next, you're gonna add your butter. I use margarine because it doesn't really taste that different and I'm cheap. Then you just want like Kraft single American cheese, white, yellow, doesn't matter. You can even get fancy. Blowtorch raclette and scrape it on there. Bitch, cheese is cheese. Once it gets out of the package. There you go. And you just want to rip this up into the ramen. Pause. Now that you've added your cheese and your butter, what you want to do is you want to stir this. Make sure everything melts. We're going to leave it like that for 10 seconds. Pause. Forgot to mention you got to cover it so that way everything melts with the heat. We're going to stir it again. Cover it again. Pause. Okay, uncover. Stir it yet again. I know that I keep on shifting away. It's hard to do this one-handed. I need to get a GoPro for if I do stuff like this more. Okay. Next, what you want to do. Add honey, and I know this sounds weird as shit, but only like the tiniest little bit. That right there is good. Do not need any more. And some soy sauce. Want to do 4 little spurts of that. Want to mix that up. Yeah, I don't fuck around when it comes to ramen. Next, you're gonna add a little bit of parsley. Doesn't really add anything, but I just add it anyways. I add this shit to everything. And some orange pepper. You can use lemon. I recommend using lime, but I don't have any lime pepper. You don't need too much. Stir that up. It's smelling good as shit up in here. And then if you're not a bitch, add you some hot sauce. I like mine kind of vinegary, but to each their own. Fuck it, we'll do 12 little shots of hot sauce. Not like actual shots. You know what the fuck I mean. We're gonna stir that up. One last touch. Pause. Hey, it's me, Goku. Bam! We're done.